for gossip and entertainment only. Let's get started.
Hello, gossiper. Sharoni here. So we're on day 19 of the Diddy trial. I can't believe it's already 19 days. Anyways, as I said, I don't report on Diddy every single day. I just want to tell stories that just have a meaning in the sense that it's so major. Yes, everything that's being said in the Diddy trial, it's sad. He's a monster. He's a demon. He's everything like that. But I wanna and the other thing is with this story, it's in regards to the security guy at the hotel where Cassie was assaulted. His name is Eddy Garcia. Now he says Diddy paid him $100,000 for the video. Yes, 100,000. And you're looking at yourself and you're like, okay, 100,000 versus reporting someone being abused. And a lot of people say, "Oh no, you got to do the right thing. You got to turn it, you got to tell he was abusing someone." And then on the opposite side, people are like, "Well, she's okay. She'll be fine. This is $100,000. Do you know how many things I can do with $100,000?" So we're going to read this article from ABC News. And it says, Sean Diddy Combs trial day 19 recap. Security guard says Combs paid him $100,000 for assault video. The security guard said Combs promised he would take care of me. So what does take care of me mean? Usually when someone says take care of me, some might look at it like a longevity, forever, or take care of me is I would award you, some good money where, you should be able to live off that money if you know how to control it, right? So the security guy, he's saying Diddy, his name again is Garcia, Eddy Garcia, said that Diddy told him he would take care of him. So we're going to read, because this was 2016. So let's see how much of a taking care of Diddy did and how much did Cassie allegedly pay to get a copy of that video. Because if you remember, CNN, they released the video. And people were like, where did they get it from? Did Cassie have a copy? Did the hotel still have a copy on the side, even though they were paid or Garcia was paid for said video? CNN released it, and that's how we saw he was abusing Cassie. Now, like I said before, with this Diddy trial, it seems like they're going off of the abuse of Cassie, and that's not what it is. He's charged with sex trafficking and racketeering. And, every day you'll hear people saying, well, when are we going to hear something that's sex trafficking? When are we going to hear something that's, racketeering? We're not hearing of any other accomplice with Diddy. So it's like Diddy's by himself. He's been thrown under the bus to be the scapegoat for everyone else who might be intertwined in this trial. So, yeah, Diddy's the only one. No one else. And, you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to read the article. It says the hotel security guard on Tuesday told the jury in Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking and racketeering trial that the rapper mogul paid him $100,000 in an attempt to secure his silence and bury a video that is now the central piece of evidence in the criminal case that threatens to send him to prison for life. In the video captured in 2016 by security cameras at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles and shown to the jury during the testimony of 3 different witnesses, Combs is seen kicking and dragging his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Ventura, a musician who testified as the governor's star witness said she was trying to escape Combs and one of his drug-fueled orgies called the Freak Off. When I chose to leave, I grabbed what I could and got out, Ventura testified during the second week of the trial. Sean followed me into the hallway before the elevators and grabbed me, threw me on the ground, kicked me, and tried to drag me back to the room. Combs had pleaded not guilty to the charges in the case. His lawyers have said that Combs takes full responsibility for his domestic violence captured in the video, but argued that the rapper mogul had not committed the sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and prostitution alleged by federal prosecutors. Hotel security guard Eddy Garcia testified Tuesday that Combs frantically worked to make sure the CCTV video never saw the light of day, paying $100,000 to obtain what Combs thought was the only copy of the recording. Now he is dumb. You think someone see an incident like this goes down and they don't see money on there to say, okay, we can blackmail you? How dumb are you? Yes, it just became public. And a lot of people, they're saying Cassie is the one who leaked it because, it's like everyone was defending Diddy and they needed to see something to see how cruel he is, even though it's been whispered for years now, decades, of how bad of a person Diddy is. But it took this video of Cassie being assaulted for majority of the people to say, this is a bad man. He was concerned this video would get out and it would ruin his career, Garcia testified. According to Garcia, Combs promised he would take care of me and ended up paying $100,000 in cash to the man he later referred to as Eddy, my angel. When the video was obtained by CNN last year, the condemnation was swift and led to Combs offering a public apology, saying he was truly sorry for his conduct and that he sought professional help after the incident. Prosecutors have argued that Combs' $100,000 payment to Garcia was a bribe and one of the underlying crimes at the heart of their allegation that the hip-hop superstar is guilty of racketeering conspiracy. They allege that Combs realized the episode could reveal years of criminal conduct and might pull back the curtain on how the mogul used his business empire to coerce women into sex, threaten them into silence, and protect his public reputation. The trial is set to resume Wednesday when 3 more witnesses are expected to take the stand. So we're going to see more witnesses. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So they're going to call, it looks like Frank Piazza, a video expert, is expected to be the first witness, followed by Brianna Bangalang, who has alleged Combs threatened to kill her by dangling her over a balcony in the presence of Ventura. Damn. And who else? And it says a woman being called Jane is expected to take the stand on Wednesday afternoon to testify for as long as 5 days, according to prosecutors. Jane is expected to be third and final alleged victim to testify against Combs. So Jane, she's going to start tomorrow and she is going to be the final victim, it sounds like, for the prosecutors. Wow. Okay, let's continue with the security guard. It says Garcia testified Tuesday that he heard about the assault shortly after he clocked in for his shift at the Intercontinental Hotel on March 5th, 2016. Garcia told the jury he understood law enforcement was not contacted at the time because Ventura did not request medical or police attention. So that's the thing. If they see this going on, and I mean, they on their own could call the cops, but I'm guessing, when they did get to Diddy and Cassie, Cassie was like, I don't want to press charges. I don't want to see a doctor. I just want to be out. I just want to leave. About an hour into his shift, Garcia explained to jurors that he got an unexpected call on his work phone from Combs' assistant, Christina Curram. Is she the one they're calling the Ghislaine Maxwell? Ghislaine Maxwell was to Jeffrey Epstein what Christina is to Diddy, I think. Someone who knows the in and out, also help with getting, victims and, setting up stuff. Is that her name? I hope I'm not calling the person's name and make accusations, but I guess I'll say allegedly. I think her name is Christina. I'll have to look it up. So Combs' assistant Christina, who requested a copy of the security tape, despite telling her that she would need to contact hotel management or get a subpoena to view the footage, Garcia testified Coram arrived in the hotel lobby an hour later to watch the recording. She was asking about the video and if there was any way she could see it, he said. She wanted to know what they were dealing with. Garcia said he apologized and said he could not show it to her, though he testified he warned her off the record, it's bad. So she came to see the video. Garcia let her know, no, it's bad. It's bad. That evening, Garcia testified he once again received a call on his personal cell from Coram. He told the jury within seconds a noticeable nervous Combs came on the other end of the line trying to explain his actions. He asked me if I knew who he was. I said yes, Garcia said. Mr. Combs sounded very nervous, just was talking really fast, was just saying that he had a little bit too much to drink and that I knew how things was with women when one thing led to another. Garcia testified he stated that I sounded like a good guy and I sounded like I wanted to help, that something like that could ruin him. He was concerned this video could get out and it would ruin his career. He said he also remembered Combs telling him he would take care of him, Garcia said. After Garcia conformed, let's read that again. After Garcia informed Combs that he would accept $100,000 in exchange for the video, Garcia testified that Combs sounded excited and referred to me as Eddy, my angel. Oh, Lord. He wanted the video as soon as possible, Garcia told the court. He explained he was then given an address about a 20-minute drive from the Intercontinental Hotel where he was able to make the trade. Once he got to the designated location with a thumb drive containing what he said was the only copy of the video, Garcia told the court that someone who introduced himself as Combs' bodyguard brought him up to an apartment. He testified he recalled seeing Combs smiling, excited, and really happy. Eddy, my angel, he was smiling. He said, come in and make me feel comfortable, Garcia testified, Combs told him, adding that Combs instructed Karam to make him a cup of tea. After Garcia assured Combs the drive had the only copy of the video, the rap mogul allegedly contacted Ventura on FaceTime so she could communicate that she too wanted the video to go away. She was wearing a hoodie and the lighting wasn't that great, Garcia said of Ventura. Before he passed the phone over to me, he said, "Let me know that you want this to go away too." Okay. And how did Cassie respond? Prosecutor Mitzi Steiner asked. "When I got past the phone, I said hi." She said hi. And she said she had a movie coming out and it wasn't a good time for this to come out and she wanted it to go away, Garcia responded. Garcia told jurors that Combs demanded he sign a non-disclosure agreement, agreed to a certification that there was only one copy of the video, and hand over his ID as well as the identifications of his superior and his supervisor and co-worker. Garcia then testified Combs left the room and returned with a brown bag and a money counter, which Combs fed stacks of 10,000 at a time. In total, at the end, it was 100,000. He testified. So did he just have money sitting around? Damn. Garcia testified Combs and a bodyguard then accompanied him outside of the suite and walked him to the valet where his car was parked. He asked me how I would spend the money, and I said I didn't know, Garcia testified. He said not to make any big purchases. A week later, Garcia testified he received a message from Combs. "Happy Easter, Eddy, my angel. God is good." Garcia remembered the message, saying Combs proceeded to ask if anyone had asked about the video. He said he heard nothing. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So after his testimony, I guess the prosecutors called his longtime employee Derek Ferguson to drill down into the financial structure of Combs' business empire. So I know he worked for Bad Boys for 12 years, and he walked through Combs' bank accounts, financial arrangements, how the business managed cash, and how employees were reimbursed for expenses charged to their corporate cards. Several of Combs' personal assistants testified about being tasked with purchasing supplies for freak-offs, including gallons of baby oil, sexual lubricant, drugs, and alcohol. Hold on. Jurors also saw documents showing a series of wire transfer in 2011 to and from Cassie Ventura's mother. While Ferguson said he did not know the reason for the $20,000 payment, jurors last month heard directly from Regina Ventura, who testified that she and her husband took out a home equity loan to fund the payment. So I think what it was that Diddy threatened that he would release the video, and in order to, keep Cassie in good light, or whatever it is, that they had to pay him $20,000 to get the video. But on December 27th, the money was refunded back to Regina Ventura. So, Diddy right there, was playing games. I don't know what was going on to ask them for money. They did go get it, give it to him, and then for him to return the money like that, it's like, did you see anyone make the company stronger through threats of violence? Help Sean get active violence. Did you see anyone commit crime? Let's see this. So, during his cross-examination, Combs' attorney, Mark Af- Af- Agnifilio, tried to use Ferguson's 19 years of experience working with Combs to cast doubt on the way the prosecutors have described Sean Combs' business empire. So they asked, did you see anyone help Sean Combs commit crimes? Agnifilio asked. Ferguson said no. Did you see anyone help Sean Combs commit acts of violence? Ferguson replied no. Did you see anyone make the company stronger through threats of violence? And Ferguson said no. So, yes, gossipers. So that is it with the security guard. He was offered $100,000. Now, if he did not leak the tape, how was a copy made? And you would have to look at the, not the timeline, but yes, it would be the timeline, because a copy had to be made, because there's no way CNN would have gotten that copy from Diddy, because he took it. Did he destroy it? I'm not quite sure. I think they said, it was alleged that Cassie maybe. So did Cassie get to the recording before? And like I said, that's a gold people were sitting on. So all those employees and managers and everything, that was gold they were sitting on, meaning they could use it for, I don't, you could use the word extortion, but probably not. But there was more than one of that video. Because if Diddy thought he had the only copy only for CNN to release it, I think it's alleged that they're saying Cassie might have gotten a copy and she might have given it to CNN. That's all alleged. But yes, I mean, this Diddy thing, and now this Jane, she's gonna be on there for 5 days. So I can only imagine what she has to say. And Mia, I heard that Mia, she's now been identified, and people are threatening or going off on her. So I didn't look into yet to see what her name is and what she looks like. I've only heard that on other stations, but you go and you want to be a Jane Doe, a Mia, and you're supposed to be protected, and you're not. You're not protected. So who inside the courtroom knew of Mia? Because it has to be someone on Diddy's team who knows about Mia, because she used to work with Diddy and accused him also. So someone in that courtroom had to know something, that, this is Mia, we're going to expose her because she's talking too much, basically. So, it's sad. Now she has to be careful. She has to walk around with, looking over her shoulders. Because if Diddy walks, a lot of people, they're going to be terrified to leave their house if he walks. And they're also saying that he allegedly already paid for his pardon from Donald Trump if he goes to jail. Gossipers, your thoughts? So, gossipers, before I close out, just an addition to the story. So, apparently, when Diddy called, or he had Christine called for the tape, apparently Garcia went to the manager and told him what was going on, and he said that he would pay 50,000. Diddy can pay $50,000 to get a copy of the video. But I'm not quite sure how 50 went to 100,000. But when Garcia went to get the money, I think 50,000 went to the manager, and then the other 50,000 was divided between Garcia and someone else. So like I said earlier in the video, there were other people who saw that video and wanted to cash in, and it looks like that $100,000 was paid amongst, about three people, it seems like. And that's illegal. As I said, they could call the cops and report it, but they didn't. So for them right there, I would think that's not a good position for them to be in. And like I said, even if Cassie said no, she doesn't want to report it or get medical help, they themselves, I guess, should have reported it. So yeah, the 100,000 wasn't just to Garcia, it was, to others. And like I said, people saw it and everyone wants their cut. Now the thing is, should they have done the right thing and reported it and not make money from someone else's abuse, only for it to come out? And it's like, what did you pay the $100,000 for? And they themselves, who knows, maybe they sold it, like I said, maybe they sold it to Cassie, whatever. The point being, you saw the abuse go down, you're supposed to report it. Again, even if the victim says, no, I don't want to, they were on your property, your compound, you should have said something. Well, anyways, gossipers, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching and listening.